Now I'd like to introduce Traci Fant. Traci is the organizer of Freedom Fighters of Upstate South Carolina. She was born and raised in Detroit, and she believes that in building a strong community through actions, not just talking about it, being about it. Traci started the organization in 2015, and it is a volunteer-based social justice organization in Greenville. We're going to hear her tell us more about that, but I know that we want to join advocates like Traci's organization to promote peace, unity, accountability, and a justice for all. You know, the Democratic Party is about getting people elected to office, but we want to also make sure that people have a voice, and we tap into those organizations who are working for justice in our community. Freedom Fighters, that name was chosen due to the fact that Traci was given the nickname Freedom Fighter by nationally known civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson, who grew up here in Greenville, just nearby. She's married to a very loving and supportive husband, Jeff, and they have 4 children and 6 grandchildren. Traci's very passionate about her mission to help people fulfill a normal, healthy, productive life, and feels that together we can make a difference. And we've heard that from a lot of speakers tonight. So Traci, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you so much. As she said, my name is Traci Fant, organizer of Freedom Fighters Upstate South Carolina. And I first want to say that I appreciate the invite to be on this magnificent panel. The discussion has been awesome. I've never met Jamie Harrison in person, but just being on the same panel with him, you know, really touched my heart, and just hearing all the candidates and what they have to offer and bring to the community. As the bio stated, I am from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. And I'm very proud of that fact, for the mere fact that I had the opportunity that many people didn't have. As a young child, I sat at the desk in the office of Mayor Coleman A. Young, who was the first African-American mayor in the city of Detroit, Michigan, and he served as mayor for 20 years in Detroit. I was also led under the leadership of the Reverend Dr. Benjamin L. Hooks, Great New Mount Moriah Baptist Church, who was then the president of the national organization of the NAACP, who took us out into the community. We would listen to him tell people about how important it was to vote and about our right to vote. And he really spoke to us as far as like how the movement moved and gave us these rights that we take for granted. At 12 years old, I had the opportunity to meet Rosa Parks. I sat at the feet of Rosa Parks and I listened to her tell us about the movement and how she at times felt like giving up. She spoke about the bus boycott and how her and Dr. King and others had the plan and the organization skills to do a boycott for over 300 days that not only was successful, but it let their voices be heard. The fight for the right to vote, they never gave up on that. The fight for rights for people such as myself, who are now, you know, leading the charge as well. I remember Rosa Parks told me at 12 years old, she said, I was tired, but the history books got it wrong. I wasn't tired from work. I was tired from being stepped on. I was tired from being pushed to the side. I was tired of being looked as lesser than. Never allow yourself to get tired. Always fight the good fight and fight for the people. Just recently, we lost Mr. John Lewis, who I looked up to as one of the activists who I truly admired. I remember seeing some of his videos of him marching on the bridge at Selma, speaking at the march in Washington, along with Dr. King and others, and the words that he would speak and speak of how to peacefully protest and how to get your message across and how to get in good trouble. I feel that right now we're in a day and time when we need to understand that not only is the right to vote a privilege, it's a necessity. It's necessary now more than ever that we get out to vote for those who represent us, those who believe in our beliefs, those who are willing to stand with us and help us when we fall, those who are not afraid to speak out, and those who have led the charge and who understand that throughout history, we've been viewed as lesser than. And so now it's time for us to take a step forward and show the world that we can lead and we can be dynamic in the leadership. And so as Mr. Harrison said, and so many others, please exercise your right to vote. You know, I used to go with my mom when she went to vote as a child. My grandmother used to take me to vote with her. I would watch them proudly step into the ballot booth and exercise their right to vote. And at the time, it didn't occur to me that even as my grandmother would vote, everything that they went through to get to that place in history, and why it was so important for her to do that. And so now we must carry the torch and continue what our grandparents and our parents did. And so you guys, I truly appreciate the honor to be on this panel. And I thank you all so much. Oconee County, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's not every day. It's not every day that we get to hear from somebody who sat at the feet of Rosa Parks.
Yes.
Appreciate all the work you're doing, and I hope you'll continue to help us here in Oconee County.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
All right. All right.